Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I've got some more Christmas decor to share with you. This time it's our dining area and kitchen. It's taken me a long time. It is the week of Christmas and I can't believe it's taken me this long, but Norm and I have really been busy this year, so I hope you still will be enjoying this for a while. I have a couple of fun acrylic deer up here that I've put up for a few years now. I had other things hanging there over the years before, but I've really enjoyed these deer. They kind of float around a little bit if there's any breeze from somebody walking by. So I just put a couple of different lengths of fishing line on there and a couple of nice hooks. They hook very easily into this really open lucite spaghetti light that we've had for quite a few years. And Norm will put some nice greenery up there for me. This one is kind of fruity. I wonder if I can get closer for you. There we go. A little better. It's a nice big candle ring. And I do have to cut one cut in them to go around the light, of course. But they rest up there just fine, and we've done that with our other two spaghetti lights in the living room every year too. So we enjoy those. I've got a vintage tablecloth down here that I found many years ago, probably in an antique store. I do have another one too that is a little quieter than this one, and I believe I used the other one last year. This one and the other one, I was very, very fortunate to find them. I'm always looking at textiles and linens, and I bet a lot of you are too. They're so pretty and they wash up so nice. This is a gumdrop tree that I did have on the kitchen countertop last year. I did put some M&Ms in the bottom. Norm sure likes those, dark chocolate ones. And that's another old doily. It's a very ruffled one. As you can see, I've got quite a few that I used to find in the thrift stores. Boy, I sure don't find things like that anymore in the thrift stores, but I always grabbed them because I just thought they were so sweet, and I usually was finding them for 49 or 99 cents because it was really a long time ago. But this, it's called a sweet tree. Sweet tree? I think that's what it's called. We have the box for it. We did buy it in an antique shop way long ago. That place is long closed up. Used to be one of our favorites. No longer there, sadly. This fabulous retro shop was owned by a really nice guy named Alan. And we bought so many things there. We actually did get our aluminum Christmas tree from him, brand new in the box, and we have so much appreciated that alone. I'm so glad Norm took these photos at Christmas time. They had so many neat things that we probably bought that were Christmas, but I wanted to show you these crazy plastic trees with all the cooties in them. What a fun idea. We can't tell you how much we miss this place. It was so fun there. We bought a lot of small pieces of retro furniture and metal shelving and lucite, lots of glassware, art glass. It was great. Here's one last photo of Norm and I in this huge bed, crazy setup that Alan did. He wanted a picture of all of his customers. So let's go over and look at some of the things on the hutch. I showed you for Thanksgiving some larger mugs that I'm not sure if they are glass bake or not, that had the mushrooms and veggies on them. And these I found for 49 cents each many years ago. And I have always just thought they were so wonderful. Really, really fun. And last year I found this cute little Taiwan Mrs. Claus cookie jar. I think I had her sitting on the kitchen countertop when I showed her last year. And this deer on the left is so cute, another probably hobbyist one. It's nowhere near as big as the deer that I just showed in our upstairs video. These are much smaller, judging by a small cookie jar. And I found this one this year. I know his ears weren't painted up cute, but he still was just adorable. What a funny grin. And I liked the really textured hat, fur. So they went well together. I was happy about that. I've kind of decided this year to do a little more of a candy theme with my Christmas out here. So I did go downstairs to my stash and took some candy jars back upstairs that I had probably used last for Valentine's Day decor. And I've had these two square milk glass plates for a long time. I found them for like maybe $3 a piece or less. And I just a week ago found another Taiwan little teapot. I shouldn't say another, I meant another Taiwan Christmas piece. But this is the first teapot I've had in a long time. I think I used to have quite a few teapots. I actually displayed them together on a corner shelf behind me where I had 3 different Christmas designs, and I really loved them. But a lot of times Norm was saying, we're out of room and you keep getting new things. So I decided, well, I had displayed those long enough, so maybe I should donate them and go find some different fun things. Here's another very fun Taiwan teapot that I used to have. And here's a really large pitcher that I thought was so cute, but he did take up a lot of room. I just found these 2 children, and they are Taiwan also. More the bisque looking finish, flatter finish, like you typically see on your Taiwan pieces. They're not real tiny, as you can tell by the size of a normal size teapot. They were pretty good size, and they were at Family Pathways. So I was very tickled to find them. I think they went together. They weren't sitting real close together, but they both look like girls to me. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And so I had fun putting some gumdrops in this very nice designed apothecary. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, very nice. So I did on both sides just put a little bit of greenery in back behind them. All of these were recent. I think the little drummer boys, which are banks, not salt and peppers, 2 years ago, found those. And both of these Taiwan candles I thought were so cute. They were just from last year. Always happy to run across those. I guess I just love the simplicity of these particular Taiwan pieces. And last year, these 4 were so cheap. I think they were like $4.99 or less for the whole set. And there was a little paint loss here and there. I think I did finally touch them up. So there's 2 boys and 2 girls. So the girls have the eyelashes and the green boots. Pretty cute. So that's what's in the cabinet part. And Norm loves his bubble lights up here. I wish they weren't looking pink to you. It is red and green and yellow. But that's what the camera does. Don't know why. So I just love putting some of these fruity and pine cone picks on both sides of it. It just fills up the whole top nicely. All the way across then. And one little piece in the middle. And I thrifted those 2 tiny little brass deer. They were actually ornaments, which I find hard to believe because they did have a screw in the top of them with an eye for hanging them, but I took them off because they're just adorable the way they are. I brought this pretty vase home from my brother's house. He wasn't using it. It was just stuffed away in a closet. And I put some things that I had around the house, old plastic poinsettia, and some old pine cone pick. But that pattern is on the opposite side too. I was wondering if it might have been the flower company. Oh, what's the name of that? The ones that deliver flowers. That's crazy. I can't think of it. I know you know what I'm talking about. This year I decided to take down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my milk glass plates and put up some of my wreaths instead. I will have to go turn on those lights up there. Norm enjoys putting these lights on up here. We have artificial plastic garland from Hobby Lobby, and these lights do come with a remote. So I did put some in a milk glass planter and a vintage plant hanger. So these funny lights do have crazy patterns where they're twinkling. But we thought that would be kind of a fun thing to have all the time. I wanted to show you this very beautiful Lenox plate of the Holy Family. It says that on the back. It is written in beautiful script, The Holy Family by Lenox Fine Porcelain. I found it at Bibles for Missions just a week ago for 99 cents. And I wish it had been shiny. It is the flat finish porcelain. But I thought since it was open where I could put some thread, nylon fishing line through it in a couple of little spots. You can probably see it glowing right there, a little bit of it. I had to find a place where it wasn't going to show too much so I could hang it up with all the milk glass. 99 cents, that is amazing. So here's a tiny one, the littlest one of all, that is your crazy popcorn melted plastic. And this one I put there. There's some more of the plates, in case you wanted to see them again. These are owls. I know that a lot of you are new to my channel, and I'm so thrilled that you have subscribed. We are so grateful to you. And all of our beginning subscribers, Can't tell you how much we appreciate you. There's the kittens. And this I found last year. Really, really inexpensive again. It is an old plaque, and I forget who made it. It could be Burwood, but it's a nice, shiny, metallic. And then this wreath down here. Up here, I always have a lot of fun. This is a little ornament, a tiny little Hong Kong wreath ornament. And I've had this M&M's, probably what you'd call blow mold, candy string for many, many years, and it just fits down both sides perfectly. So all of these have been thrifted over the years at Goodwill, typically. That little well-known set. And these three really cute mice. You know what's really funny is when I thrifted this set and I put it out last year, and I did show it on my kitchen shelving, I realized that the tree on the little girl in the middle, the tree was broken off, and I didn't see it when I bought it at the thrift store. So guess what showed up at the thrift store this year all by herself at the Goodwill? I thought, how appropriate. I found her all alone. There was no other one in sight, so I guess it was meant to be that she was gonna join the other two and be a perfect little set. They're cute. And these two skating. Very fun. So I always like to put a couple little pics of greenery on both sides of them. I think it just helps look more Christmassy. This is a very pretty ambiance video. Very lovely music. I will put a link to it in my description below. Very nice music, and I loved that twinkling tree. So pretty. I thought it went really well with my little Taiwan Santa. I wonder if he's the bank one. I know some of them are banks. Let me look and back. No, not him. But I know some of them with that design have been banks. But I found him in perfect condition. Very happy. A couple Christmases ago, and these, I think last year, just before Christmas. Very tiny little hobbyist set of deer. Very nicely done. And the sleigh. I actually had to go back and get the sleigh. I left it there. I thought I was spending too much money, and then afterwards I thought, well, that wasn't too smart. That's a set. Norm, can you take me back to the Goodwill? I gotta go get that sleigh. See, it was a little more. The deer were $2.99 each, and the sleigh was $3.99. But I did have a coupon. Now, this is something, another treat tree that I've had for a very, very long time. So I just wanted to continue the candy theme for them. That is blow mold candy. It was in a string probably. I took it apart because I just like using the crazy artificial candy here and there in other things, in jars or whatever. I have been purchasing real candy though. This is one of my eggnog sets. It's actually the very first one we ever purchased. And it's from the same antique shop many years ago that the treat tree was at behind me on the table. So these are those nice glittered trays. They do have little gold flecks on the tray. Hard to see, but they're there. And a beautiful poinsettia pattern, and I've got two of them now. There's the poinsettia pattern, and I know I'm kind of covering it up with my nutty candle ring pieces. But I just love that look. And I just found this tray at the Goodwill. I like the old plastic trays. So that is the wall over here. Let's go look at the corner of the dining room. Before I go over to the corner shelf by the cupboards, I thought I would show you I got ambitious and got up there and hung up one of my popcorn strings. I have quite a few of those blow mold popcorn strings. And these strawberries, I decided to hang them up. I had just gotten them with a darling strawberry colander from the 80s, little white one with beautiful strawberries painted on it, from Cold Spring, Minnesota, the Maurin, M-A-U-R-I-N mansion. And we had done the video there, and I'd showed you that one of my purchases was that adorable colander. So she put 4 of these darling ornament like strawberries, stuffed strawberries in there. So I had them there handy. Norm had already put away the bin full of ornaments, so I didn't bother going and getting it out again and out in the garage. They're cute. Maybe next year I'll put some, very glittery type fun ornaments, vintage ornaments up there. This one Norm bought for me on the internet several years back. It's probably been 4 years at least. Very pretty poinsettia. So in the corner here, I've had a lot of different things over the years, but this one I had under the tree last year. We actually found it in a thrift store. I was very surprised to find one there. Amazing. I thought he looked kind of old. I didn't know anything about him. But I did find that he's being sold in antique shops, and I think there's something else too that is shaped like that, made at the same time, that's not a Santa, but something else. And this is an older Santa mug. It's probably not real old, but it's a very big one. So he fit well up there. And again, I like to put just a little sprig of greenery, kind of stagger different sides. Now this was a purchase from a YouTube friend of ours, Clay Ramage. I can put his link to his channel. But we saw that he had thrifted it and Norm wanted it. It's absolutely adorable. So we just picked it up from him because he's local here in the Twin Cities. Has a lot of things for sale in Hopkins, Minnesota at the Pink Elephant, as well as Nicole North Garden. So I will wind him up so you can see what it does. Isn't that adorable? That is Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. The sticker on the bottom has the original price and a Taiwan sticker and a sticker that says the name of that song. So cute. Norm thought it was just really sweet. So He wanted to get that from Clay, and we're happy to have it. Thank you again, Clay. I have a lot of fun things to show you out in the kitchen today. I won't be going over every little thing. I think I will let you just look at some things with music. It's already a fairly long video, just having done my dining room. So maybe I won't be going through the whole kitchen today, just mostly this side over here. Here's just a few things to show you on the kitchen countertop to dress it up a little bit. Tidbit tray I showed last year. All of my cute vintage hobbyist splatter ceramics are so fun. I just love that collection. So I thought I would just leave things off of the tray. I had all of those pieces in the living room in our last year's video. So if you are interested in those pieces, you'll see them with candy and cookies on them. And one of my fun mugs could be a Target mug I found last year at a thrift store. I have some glasses like this, and that's old blow mold cookie jar. We've had that for a very long time. I store all my artificial cookies in that. Well, not all of them. I have so many on the refrigerator over there that I can put a lot of them in there. But I thought you would get a kick out of this reindeer. I just found it at Target. It was $10 and it is lighted. Kind of irresistible because it is fashioned according to a vintage look, I think. Very sweet. So here's some of the kitchen things. It's very, very full. I'm so glad that I decided to open up that shelving this past summer so I could put some bigger things in there. Otherwise, that big cookie jar and the one above is a pitcher, a Santa pitcher that I just found last year. So they fit nicely over there instead of having to put them on the countertops. I have collected for many, many years quite a few of these eggnog sets, and I did show them last year out here. So let's just look at some of them. I'll try to go slowly. All thrifted. Some of the punch bowls, of course, I did find in antique shops, so I don't mean them. I did not thrift them. So this is an adorable, large cookie jar, Taiwan made. I found him at the Goodwill last year, and I think it was when they had everything really marked down because it was so close to Christmas. I love these apothecaries with candy in them, or I forget what you'd actually call those jars when they're not with the fancy lids on them and footed. But I love finding ones like this. They're so inexpensive at the thrift stores. I did find a lot at Goodwill, and the cookie jar Santa was from Goodwill. Here's some more jars that I found at the Goodwill mostly. I love this one. That is so pretty. I don't even really like to put candy in all of them because it's just so nice to look at the pattern. And this adorable Fitz and Floyd picture. It could be from the 80s. I'm not sure the reason why I'm thinking that. I'll turn him around for you here so you can see the handle is a branch wood anyways. It's very natural looking with the holly on it, and I had a feeling that the 80s were pretty country themed. Do you think? I didn't notice a date anywhere, like even on the internet. Here's a couple more thrifted, apothecary, maybe you'd call that too, in the background there. And just a plain candy jar, but again, I didn't put anything in this one because it's so sweet. Found all those last year. These are the ice slip pictures that I decided to put out this year. I ended up with less of them than what I evidently showed last year. But I just wanted to mention in between, I've always really enjoyed finding these little votive glass pieces, and they're always so reasonable in the thrift stores. I found, I think, 3 more this year. So that's what I put in between the ice slip pictures. I just found this one this year. A little more unusual because of all the yellow on it. And I found this one this year. It says Merry Christmas with snowflakes, beautiful dove. And this one I think I've had for a while. It might have been last year. I think I found that. A lot more elaborate. And this one might have been new this year too. This one and the one next to it. So this is a little unusual too. I did put a votive in there. I was gonna be ambitious and put a little votive in each one of them to show you what they'd look like. A white one works nice because it doesn't interfere with the pattern very much. And I've had this 1979 Bell one for quite a few years now. So I'm really getting a collection of those little votives. I really like them because they're so much like the islip pitchers and glasses. And I've had this little guy for a really long time. And I've had this lucite tree plaque for a very long time. So it's so small it fits well over the phone. Over here at the end of the shelving, I've put this little whisk broom, adorable Santa, so sweet, vintage little ornament. It's quite, I shouldn't say little, he's quite big. Size of a whisk broom. Probably made in Japan. Does have a sticker on the back. I don't know if it said Artco. And I just found this trivet. I'm going to turn over Santa and see if I can see. Yeah, no, in Artco, Japan. He's got a sticker on the back of him. I just found this at the Goodwill last week. It's a nice green, not that dark. Sorry about my flashlight there. It's a lot lighter green than that's showing right there, but you get the idea. I do like finding those trivets for a couple of dollars or so. Pretty reasonable. On top of the fridge is a newly purchased red and white plaid check. I don't know if you'd call that, not a plaid, it's a check, I guess. Thermos, probably thermoserve. I didn't check it again, but it's shown in the video we did at the Morin Mansion in Cold Spring, Minnesota, where we went and enjoyed the beautiful Christmas ambiance there with trees everywhere, and that was one of my purchases. Very nice, beautiful condition. The label is still on the back, so it never was used. And I've had this wonderful vinyl and plastic Merry Christmas ice bucket for a long, long time. Just love it. I put a lot of the cookies in there too from my fridge here below. It is a very 50s, early 50s probably, cookie jar. So I have a lot of picks and pokes and Christmas little cake decorations in there. Now this has got to be one of my most enjoyable collections. I love my chalkware carolers, but because I'm out in the kitchen all day long, I really enjoy these cookies. I've collected them for many years. They were ornaments, and I took the little metal ring off the top, it just unscrews, and then I glued magnets on them. Some of them are so heavy I had to put multiple magnets on them. The ones in the bottom here are very big. But I truly, truly love looking at them. I just found this huge Santa cookie, and it was only like 99 or 49 at Bibles for Missions. When I got it home, I finally realized that there was a piece of his beard that had broken off in the middle, but I still like him very much. These 3 tiny cookies spell joy. I've had them for many years and I never noticed it because, of course, they were always scattered about. That's so funny that I never picked up on that. And this one is joy. Very nice. And I love this one that says hope. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed looking at all that scrumptiousness. Did that make you hungry for a cookie? I didn't bake any this year. Probably my first year not baking. Just too busy. I'll start on this side for the balance of the video. These are the hot pads, pot holders, that I chose for this Christmas. Love that snowman. They really are fun. Love that granny square one. I should show you on the hood. I took all these little magnets that I had been using for many years on our front door for Christmas cards. But I decided not to put Christmas cards on our front door anymore because it seemed like every time I did that, it took some paint off the card for some reason. I don't know why, but I've got to stop doing that. Poor Norm's gonna have to paint that door again sometime. That's a fun one. Not quite as Christmassy, but I just didn't have anything quite big enough to go with that one over there, so it goes good enough. And these three, there's two of them. I already showed the one on the other cupboard opposite of this that was with metallic threads. I was happy to find those two. They're different design, and I've always loved this one. Quite fun. So down below the cupboards, last year I showed that I had enjoyed putting out these tins that I found at the thrift stores. Some little houses, buildings. That was a little happy camper that was a Hallmark ornament that Norm had picked out a couple years or more back, and it was just sitting out, so I thought, well, I'll put it over here by the houses for you to see. That's such a fun house. And last year I didn't have these little cake topper old plastic Christmas trees with this bunch of tins, so I did add that. There's my mother's old mixer. I've got an old wooden plate back here that I think we probably bought 15 years ago at a thrift store. It was probably 49 cents. I don't know what kind of wood they made that out of back then. The back is not colored, it's just a parquet looking wooden pattern. And I thrifted this last year. It is the cutest oven mitt. Just a polka dot backing on it. He's so funny. He washed up just great. And I wanted to show you this very retro chip and dip plastic dish. You can tell these Santas are just so 60s looking. I may have gotten that at Allen's vintage store that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I've had it for a very, very long time. And I did thrift this adorable whistling teapot last summer. Dot Likes Red sent me this really sweet Christmas with Christmas granny square type pot holder with metallic threads in it last year as a wonderful Christmas gift. That was so sweet of her. I don't know if you've checked out Dot. Her channel is so fun. I love watching what she thrifts and how she decorates. Check her out. Dot Likes Red. She lives in California. These are some miscellaneous little mugs that I've had. It's too bad this snowman isn't showing up really green. It's a very Christmassy green. Oh, maybe you can see it a little better there. It's even brighter than that. Crazy, huh? That you can't really get some of your nicer colors. And there's a very nice pot holder. I think that looks Christmassy. I don't know why, but maybe it looks more like a poinsettia in the middle to me. And a fun one over there. This year, over that little shelf, I decided to put my little retro reticulated metal shelf back up here. It's held by one screw only, which is just fine. I've had it on the refrigerator with magnets, so it works really good too. But these non-peril and sugar containers, they are plastic, but they're still very heavy. They're really large. And they looked so beautiful I honestly don't remember where I found these. I mean, they're fresh from the grocery store. I wish they hadn't put the prices on the front there. They would have had very nice labels if they hadn't done that. That's too bad. They should have put the price on the back. But I couldn't resist them as a fun set. I just thought it was so Christmassy. Even these, they look wonderful. They're just tiny little gingerbread pieces. So cute. So there's sugars and sprinkles, and those pearls are something else, huh? Yeah, and then I had these up here last year. My flashlight is giving a little glare there. I thought they were so colorful and would be fun to put on the spice rack instead of just plain milk glass spice jars that I do have. So I hope you like those for something more colorful to look at. Well, I hear the garage door coming open. It's Norm. He went over to see my brother. This is an old lucite napkin holder we've had for many, many years. I really love bringing that out for December and January. And this is actually a package I opened of old napkins. There was no barcode on the package. They're made in St. Paul, Minnesota. Found them at Up Your Alley Vintage in New Richmond, Wisconsin. And here comes Norm. Okay, Norm's back home. He said he'd be quiet as a mouse, but he said to say hello. I thrifted these two adorable oven mitts last year. $1 a piece. They were so cute and washed up just beautiful. I've got a variety of fun magnets up here. I've always got notes all over the fridge. I took them off so you could just see the cute magnets. I like the cookie ones. And this is a very fun, old looking Santa pot holder. And down here, one of my old Santa mugs. I love all these old jars. I put some jasmine green tea bags in the bottom of that one. They just fit the whole package. I mixed up some cocoa mix in this cute jar with a handle on it. Norm loves hot cocoa. That is blow mold popcorn in that fun one. It's a very big jar. Just a little bit of peppermint candy in there. Norm loves those puffy little pillow-like mint candies that melt. So nice. And I thrifted these mugs last year, except for her. I just found her this year for 99 cents. She was a Target one. They had a few of them at the Goodwill. I don't know who she is, but she just looks like an elderly lady dressed up, very sweet. Gray hair and cute red glasses. And I like these jars. Some fresh gumdrops in there. And these are addicting. I've been eating them, and I shouldn't. They are peppermint, what do you call that? Almond bark? Or white chocolate on pretzels. So good. I really love them. Some extra marshmallows in this huge jar. And I found this a year ago, this old log cabin tin. So that's my crazy Christmas kitchen with so many very fun, very silly, vintage often things to look at. I hope you enjoyed it. Norm and I wish you a very lovely Christmas, and we look forward to hearing from you in the new year. We wish you good health and much happiness. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. Bye now.